Hey everybody, Tim here,
And Holly.
and we're going to show you guys what we have so far in the prototype, because we're only able to work on it part-time, and we're not making a ton of progress, though I'm happy with where we're at right now.
Haley was homesick one day, so...
Yeah. So let's avoid all that and talk about a level editor, which we didn't get to put in a virus named Tom, so we're really happy.
Yay.
Because this is in the prototype, and we're also going to show you later that we're starting to add networking, which also we weren't able to put in a virus named Tom. So yay! It's kind of like we were self-conscious about that, so now we're starting there.
Yeah.
So
well, Tom had Twitch mechanics and stuff, so it was a lot more intimidating.
Yeah, this is going to be turn-based. Yeah. So okay, so here we go. Here's a room. Yay! And if you want more rooms, you hit R and you create more rooms. And so, is that good?
R for rooms.
R for rooms. So here we have a multi-room dungeon kind of thingamabobber where your bishops can kick butt. So that's pretty easy and that's pretty cool.
And your queens.
And queens. That's true. And the reason, it's 30 by 30, it's arbitrary, now it's just a prototype, but I wanted people to be able to make this map. I don't know why. This was my arbitrary, like, as long as people can make this map, then they can be 4-player with a center room, and it'd be crazy. And so I wanted it, and that's 24 by 24 or something, I think. So we just went crazy and made it 30 by 30.
Why? You can't even fit another room on the edges, though.
Yeah, but if all of a sudden you start putting in...
It shouldn't be like a multiple of 8.
If you start putting in corridors... Boom!
Alright, fine.
Boom! And all of a sudden you're crazy. So you can also put in these corridors right here. I think we're going to change this because you can see here that even though this is super convenient, and thanks to Jeremy for doing this whole level editor. What? That's pretty awesome that he did that.
Oh, just that little thing you did.
Yeah, this little level editor.
Oh, by the way, thanks.
By the way, thanks, Jeremy, if you're watching. So I think I'm going to change it, though, because I kind of want him to be able to paint squares so that you can make diagonals or anything, because Lord knows it's a prototype, so people should be able to do way more. It's not letting me delete things. Oh, now it does. Okay. It doesn't want me. Oh, I can't delete rooms that are attached with corridors. Got it. Bam.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah.
You have islands that are screwing everything up?
I don't know. I think islands that are screwing everything up might be kind of fun.
To who?
Whoops.
What?
I don't know, like, I kind of want to see what people come up with for some of this stuff. Like, there might be, like, oh, no one will ever do this, and then all of a sudden, it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being silly. But I don't know, I kind of feel like the creativity out there, people might, like, if you have wraparound or something, you can have, like, a weird island in the middle of nowhere. And
trap people?
Well, no, because it could be a way to, like, jump to a different side of the board or something like that.
But if it's an island, it doesn't connect to anything.
But wraparound does.
But then it's not an island.
No, it is an island.
If anything connects to it, it's not an island.
No, nothing will connect to it, but it'll be wraparound. Like right now, if you have... So
to
right here, if you have this, okay,
yeah.
And you had a piece that had wraparound, it would go off this side of the board and come onto this side of the board. Right?
But how? There's nothing connecting to it.
That's what wraparound is. Wraparound's off the edge of the screen and on the other end of the screen.
Oh, wow, that seems like it.
That would be kind of crazy, right? And then all of a sudden you could have this room.
I would expect for this to have to be at the edge of this gray square for it to be...
Well, this gray square won't exist when you go into the game. Like, this will all be gone. So imagine that. You wrap around, you come on this one. You wrap around down here, you come on that one. I don't know. People could get creative. So I just don't want to constrain them if I don't have to. Because after all, it's a prototype, so we should just make all this crazy stuff, right?
Yes. It's up to the viewing audience to figure out how to break it.
Right. Okay, so anyway, so now that we've got this, let's go to the game and be like, whoa, look at this. This is the board that we have, and I'm actually going to make it look a little bit, whoops. I'm going to bring this in a little bit closer so we can see all the coolness of it. Actually, I'm going to rotate it because it's widescreen. So you got some camera controls, but we're kind of locking off the camera a little bit here. So you can see that we are the blue team, and they have a twin, and so you can start to place your twins. So they put it down, and then we instantly jump to another camera angle that is for the yellow team. So I'll again zoom this in a little bit.
So, but if we were actually gonna make the camera, would we be able to avoid having to rotate your camera again?
No, this is the second player.
So they would.
This is the second player.
So they would go back to the default view, which is that vertical view.
Well, yeah. So in theory, you wouldn't see the second player's view because they're on the internet somewhere playing you. However, this is like for sort of like hot seat, so you could play this way, which would be cool. But this is just so that we can debug it right now because we don't have the networking in yet. So this is just kind of like, you wouldn't really play this way. Actually, you would if you and your friend were playing, and then they could set up their camera. However, like if you and I were playing right now.
Locally, you mean?
Yeah, locally. So you set down your twins, and then once both teams have set down their twins, boom, you've got a bunch of cards. And you can see here that Team Blue has 2 mana, and so they can cast a fish. Holly made it a fish.
You asked me to, well, you asked me to make it look Northwestern.
Yes, I did, which is cool.
So
Isn't this Northwestern style cool, guys?
Yeah, it's technically, if you want to know about the tribe that I looked up, I'm not sure of the pronunciation, but it's the I think it's the Haida tribe in British Columbia. It's Haida.
Right. Yes. Yeah, because we went up to Vancouver to visit her relatives, and we saw this stuff, and we were like, it was just so awesome, and I was like, someday we should put this in a game, and this is a prototype, and so we had to pick a style, so why not? So anyway, so you see here, we can click on things, and they show that they move in these directions, and you can move them. So now when you're Team Yellow, you can cast your fishy. You notice how I can put them anywhere. We haven't implemented yet that you can only cast it in a room that you have creatures in, or the row column thing. So right now you could just be like, oh, I'm going to kill you, other person's twin. But we added summoning sickness so that you can't kill him. Yay, so that works. So that's good.
Okay, we just don't have an indicator for that yet, right? Because like,
no.
It doesn't...
No, this guy should like fade in and out just to let you know that he's there.
So because that square is not red behind that twin. Is that why it's not able to? Okay.
Exactly.
But it looks like
what we should do is highlight this red too, and be like, you can't attack him or not. But it'd also be cool if this like had some indicator on it, like a fade in and fade out or something ghetto that we can add. You can see here that we got the turn phases. Get your mana, draw your card, cast a creature, move a piece, and then cast spells. Oh, and that's something that I've just added a little bit of, so I'll just move him here. And now this guy doesn't have anything he can do, so I'll just randomly move a guy. And I don't know why it's not letting me cast spells right now. Here we go. Cast a spell. So, Ricochet. I am going to cast Ricochet on my opponent's piece, which makes no sense, but that way, now that we're on my opponent's piece, and I'll just cast a rook because it's fun. So when I click on him now, you can see that Ricochet is starting to work. You see how he kind of would bounce off this wall. Won't bounce off this because it's a corner. Will bounce off this wall. And then won't bounce off this wall because I just put it in and it doesn't completely work. But it will. And I think you're going to get 2 bounces too, so that'll be really cool. We also don't like translate them right now, so if I click this, he just jumps there, which is kind of a bummer. But we're early yet. And I think that's kind of all we have in here right now as far as this stuff is concerned. You can see that this guy is a rook, so he moves that way. Oh, and then we have a win state. Look. Summoning sickness. Damn you. Damn you, game that works correctly. Cast a queen. Now we can kill someone. Can't we? No. We can't. Okay, anyway. Oh, you know what Rick just added? Which we're also really excited about.
Yay, Rick!
Networking! Well, no, not completely.
A specific aspect about networking.
Yes.
Which is... Wait, a few more clicks.
Wait for it.
Oh, so exciting.
Boom.
Wait, where?
Create game. Create.
Yeah.
Do the thing and the stuff. I'm going to start playing. Oh my god, look at this. Network information. What if I hit enter here? Booyah. Yeah? Bam. Player 0 says booyah. Then player 0 says, you're awesome. This is just a love fest right now.
That's not at all what the opponent would say.
No, but this is player 0, so player 1 would probably say.
Your brother says, you smell.
You smell and not good. Mm-hmm. Well, what happens if I go crazy and I go off the edge of... Whoa, whoa! Oh! Look at that.
Wow, you can a whole sentence.
Crazy.
And we won't truncate it.
Yeah, so we haven't actually tested this yet with another person, but we're assuming that he didn't just make it that you can type it.
Rick's really smart, so yes. I'm sure it works.
It totally should work. So as soon as as soon as we're able to do that, we will connect the game. So, yay, that's the beginning of it. Obviously, like, that's just a room and chat and stuff like that. We got to make it so all the moves happen and stuff. All that stuff. So, I don't know. Hopefully we'll get all this stuff done. I'm hoping by PAX and GDC we can throw this thing out there and have people play it, but we'll see.
Get it done.
We'll get it done.
You're used to not sleeping, so we're
right.
Fine.
Yes. I'm just working on this really part-time right now, so if we get closer to that due date, then I'll just stop loving my family and turn to my computer. Demand that Holly make artwork.
That's okay.
Yes.
If you go away from our home for a while, you can go. If you go like hide in the woods for a few days.
That's the best place to develop is in the woods.
Okay. Well, we are in the Bay Area, so you probably could.
You probably still get Wi-Fi and an outlet in the woods.
Probably.
Maybe.
I'm sure Google has it all wired somewhere.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, all right. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll have more videos that shows more of the progress of the game.
Bye.
Bye.